Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts About the 40K Universe. I am your host, Gershwan, and today we're going to be talking about knights as we get into a specific pattern known as the Knights Errant. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We post Warhammer 40K lore videos every single day. If you have any suggestions for topics, please let me know what they are in the comment section below. And if you enjoy our content, thank our patrons on Patreon. It is because of them that we can do this. Link in the description if you guys want to support us. But with that said, let's get into 40 facts on the Knights Errant. Of all the varied types of Imperial Knights seen upon the battlefields of the 42nd millennium, the Knight Errant is best known as a devastating close-range killer, a tank hunter extraordinaire. Enemy armor is quickly melted to no more than a pile of molten slag by the thermal cannon slung underneath a Knight Errant's mighty shoulders. Once a foe is sighted, a Knight Errant typically seeks to close the distance, firing off hissing blasts from his thermal cannon as its great strides propel the walker rapidly forward. Thanks to their size, thick adamantium armor, and directional ion shield, Knights Errants don't hesitate to charge straight into the teeth of the enemy's most potent weapons. Once amongst its foe, a lone Knight Errant can best an entire tank battalion, shooting and stabbing its way through the formation to leave only twisted ruins and blackened holes in its wake. The Knight Errant is a mainstay of many knightly houses. The strength of the knightsuit is perfectly matched with the aggressive, charge-at-the-foe nature of its pilots. It is a cyclical relationship. For over thousands of years, the combative nature of the pilot has a residual effect upon the machine spirit of the knightsuit, making the machine's sentience bolder still. And so each new noble pilot perpetuates and contributes to this eternal pattern. At the beginning of a battle, a Knight Errant invariably chooses to close in with his foe, and any enemy that is not dispatched by his blast from his deadly thermal cannon are quickly put to rest by the Knight's Reaper chainsword. It is a trial that few creatures, or war engines, no matter how massive or well armored, can survive. The adamantium teeth of the Reaper blade can churn through ferrocrete bunkers or rip open a super heavy battle tank. Some Knight Errants choose a Thunderstrike gauntlet over the Great Blade, using the unmatched power of its grip to bludgeon foes to the ground, to crush the innards of a living creature, or to rip limbs from the enemy titan. Such is the weapon's power of a Thunderstrike gauntlet that tanks can even be flipped over or hurled aside to roll and crash amongst the knight's foes. The extra carapace mounting allows Knight Errants to bear another weapon, including an anti-aircraft twin Icarus autocannon, in addition often included by tech priests that expect to operate beneath enemy-controlled skies. A Knight Errant often spearheads attacks, and by the battle's end, they will have smashed and carved their bloody way into the very thickest of the fighting. Even protected by their armor and their ion shield, battle damage is common for such venerable engines of war. After each action, the hulking giants are literally crawling with sacrosanct, for most knightly houses uphold the tradition that post-battle, a knight should not be seen with so much as a single scratch upon its livery. The ancient machines are lovingly cared for, with attention paid to every armor plate. No less scrutiny is spent ensuring that the knight's personalized heraldry is likewise maintained, for the symbols it incorporates proclaim everything that the noble takes pride in, including his homeworld, house, oath, rank, and most lauded battle honors. While all knight houses make use of the Knight Errant pattern armor, perhaps none are so feared as those that fight for Forge-World Lucius. While unable to replicate the teleportation abilities bestowed upon the Titans of Legal Storeroom, the legendary Warp Runners, the tech priests, have had some limited success in sending smaller units. During the defense of their homeworld against High Fleet Leviathan, the rogue leaders of Lucius succeeded in sending a phalanx of honor grid Doomcrawlers directly into the midst of the foe. Continually working to improve the method, the tech priests found that they were able to send larger and larger war machines into the fray. By the invasion's end, they concluded that sending a Knight Errant deep into the enemy lines would provide maximum disruption. The massive war engine was able to instantly destroy swaths of tyrannid creatures. Naturally, all of the Knights Errants, second or allied to Lucius, wished for the distinct honor of leading the slaughter. Although anathema to the practical and logic-minded tech priests, the varied knight houses began what is known as the Lucian Contest, an honor duel fought against the nobles to earn the right to be teleported directly into battle. The only notable account of Knight Errants being conquered on the field of battle was against the Orcs of Wall Kilfist. Warlord Kilfist personally directed the siege of Drakenspire, the ancestral fortress of House Draconis, an impregnable keep more akin to a man-made mountain than a citadel. For solar days, Kaleface sent his mobs to assail the outer defensive walls, mapping its weak points and gauging the defenders' reactions. Every time his boys would nearly seize the wall, humans with burning swords would lead a determined counterattack to reclaim the portion of the parapet that was being threatened. Recognizing the knights as the most challenging foes, Kaleface used his secret weapon to take the fight to them. His personal Gargant's right arm was a long, strange-looking cannon that was prone to overheating and had the need to be cooled manually. Hundreds of orcs and Gretchens formed bucket chains to cool his weapon after it fired. However, the Gargant's main weapons did not fire crude bombs or shells, or even rays of direct energy. It emitted a pulse of electromagnetic energy capable of shutting down the defenses of even the mightiest Dragonspire. Even though the EMP pulse caused several of its own flyers to fall from the sky, its effects on Dragonspire were far more devastating. Imperial Knights and automated defense turrets suddenly malfunctioned, and its macro cannons fell silent as their ammunition trains stopped dead in their tracks. The man-portable las cannons of heavy weapon squads and even the average planetary defense force troops' las guns refused to fire. All across the Dragonspire, Vox communication and even the lumen globes providing light failed. The orcs stormed forward, their far more primitive weapons and war machines immune to the weapon's electromagnetic dampening effects. To learn more about the outcome of this battle, please check out our 40 facts on the Orcs versus the Imperial Knights. It's an awesome battle with a kind of a twist ending towards the end, but I'll put a link up above. And those were 40 facts on the Knights Errant. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm more familiar with the Knights Paladin. The Knights Errant is not a pattern that I've gone up against. Not that I'm scared of Imperial Knights. On the tabletop, Imperial Knights are weak sauce, like 100%. My tank busters can take care of them whenever I please, because orcs are just badass like that. And yes, I am kind of shit talking because I destroyed it was a Knight Paladin. First turn, just completely destroyed it with my tank busters, and it felt amazing. I was going up against the Sound Alchemist and another friend, so it was like a 2 versus 2 battle. And once I did that, I demoralized the Sound Alchemist, and we ended up winning, but not because of that situation, but just because, well, I think it is a big sinkhole. It's a point sinkhole. Knights are, so just be careful when you're playing them in 9th edition. I don't think 9th edition is too rewarding for those people that want to play elite armies, and a knight is definitely an elite army, but that's more tactical talk and stuff like that. I hope you guys enjoyed the lore. If you guys have suggestions for other patterns, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. This is Gershwin with One Mind Syndicate signing out.
Put my freedom first in any situation. I knew I never had that much to lose.